The hitter, the closer, the memories.
It was unbelievable. I think my jersey got ripped off and my hat went flying.
And the coveted World Series berth that has Jays fans in Ottawa digging deep. The inflation rate back up.
I've seen the grocery prices rising, so not happy about it.
These residents might have guessed that. How that stat translates to real-world prices in Ottawa. And the emotional reunion.
Thank you for saving my life, saving my life for the kids.
With the bystanders who stepped in to save his life.
And a swing and a fly ball to left field. Back goes Arozarena. She's gone!
A moment solidified in Canadian sports history. George Springer's 3-run homer in the 7th inning, leading the Jays to a 4-3 win in Game 7. Good evening. It's something Jays fans have been waiting for more than 30 years. The Jays are heading to the World Series for the first time since 1993 after last night's thrilling victory over the Mariners. Deafening cheers erupting inside the Rogers Centre last night when Springer hit that home run. The party then spilling out across Toronto.
Super excited! Game 7! World Series! Yeah!
This is absolutely monumental. We needed this, Canada.
They're not Cardinals. They're not Doves. They are Blue Jays. And we are here, and we are here now, and we are heading to the World Series, baby. Come on!
Fans flooding the downtown streets outside the stadium. Following the game, thousands of people celebrating the historic win. The festivities lasting well into the night with police shutting down some roads to traffic for the party. Well, CTV's Caitlin Wilson spoke with some Ottawa fans who are feeling all of that fever too. Caitlin.
Yeah, Patricia, the hype is building as the Blue Jays head to the World Series here in Ottawa. Fans packed local bars to watch Monday's clinching game, and some made the trip to Toronto to be part of history in person.
And a swing and a fly ball to left field.
This is what the world saw. A packed Rogers Centre erupting after George Springer's 3-run homer in the bottom of the 7th. And this is what Alex Sirwa and his friends saw, making the trip from Ottawa, capturing it all from the stands.
I'm like, he's going to do something big here. So he pulled out his phone and started recording, and immediately, next pitch, he hit the home run.
That 3-run home run giving the Jays a 4-3 lead, one of the biggest home runs in franchise history. Jeff Hoffman closing it down through the final 3 outs, sending the Jays to their first World Series appearance since 1993.
It was just electric, just absolutely wild. And then leaving the stadium was like mayhem, like people just celebrating and dancing and just great vibes everywhere.
And he's not the only one who made the trek. Brett and Chris Jelly scored last-minute tickets, witnessing a piece of Jays history firsthand.
Beer everywhere, like the whole section was like soaking wet after. Like it was unbelievable. Coolest sports moment I've ever seen live by far.
Back in Ottawa, fans packed the Senate Tavern Monday night, celebrating a moment 3 decades in the making.
This is 33 years old since the 92-93 World Series. And bottom of the 7th, before the big home run by Springer, ran around the bar and made every single person in the bar tap the bucket.
But getting World Series tickets may take more than luck. Prices are climbing fast. On resale sites, seats are already selling for thousands of dollars.
We tried to log on, 10 o'clock, 60-some thousand people in the queue. I've heard other people get up to 100,000, 200,000 people, so.
Even without tickets, some say they'll head back to Toronto anyway, just to be close to the action.
We might try to get last-minute tickets without a hotel, without vacation booked, and stand outside the Rogers Centre until we can get tickets.
And it's not just ticket prices that are soaring, but hotel prices are climbing into the thousands as well. And for those lucky enough to score tickets at face value, some say they paid about $500 for a ticket in the 500 level and $750 for a ticket in the 200s. Patricia?
Yeah, if you get those original tickets, you don't have to go resale. Not horrible, but the resale prices are just wild. Caitlin.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Worth it for some. CTV's Caitlin Wilson live for us tonight. Well, ticket prices going up, so too is the cost of living. New numbers out today point to increased financial pain for Canadians in September, with gas and groceries pushing up inflation more quickly this year than last. CTV's Stephane Keys was out taking the financial temperature of Ottawa residents today. It's tough, Steph.
Yeah, Patricia, life getting more expensive isn't quite new, but you could say the Bank of Canada's efforts to cool things off had been working until now. Last month, inflation jumped back above the 2% mark, and among the many Canadians constantly redoing their budgets are small business owners like the baker I spoke to who specializes in sweets, yet is left feeling a little bitter. When you walk into Esther's Cakes and Sweets, the smell of baked goods is hard to ignore. But for the owner, so is the cost of doing business.
Is that everything for today?
As cakes rise in the oven, so does the dough to pay for all of the ingredients, especially these ones.
Eggs, butter, bacon, and flour. We use a lot because I'm a cake artist, so I rely on butter. Now I go to the store and I'm paying almost $6 a block. Back then it was like sometimes you can get butter for $2.95. You can't get that anymore.
She describes it as a big difference in 2 relatively short years. And the latest inflation numbers just released backs her story. According to Statistics Canada, last month we paid an average of 4% more for groceries, even though the overall inflation number was 2.4%, which is still half a percentage point higher than August that had an inflation rate of 1.9.
A kosher chicken normally would have been about $20, $22. Now they're sitting at $28, $29 a chicken.
I've seen the grocery prices rising, so not happy about it.
I just want to get paid more, and I need the prices to go down.
Many Canadians will tell you the cost of living right now is no walk in the park, and the issue is being discussed by politicians on Parliament Hill.
Food price inflation is rising 2 times the rate that Bank of Canada targets.
And with a federal budget pending, some small business owners like Esther hope there will be help in it for them.
Otherwise, it's like doors are closing, and we would hate to be one of those.
And if you're a driver thinking to yourself prices at the pump seem decent right now, keep in mind that these are September's inflation numbers. So last month you were in fact paying more year over year, especially before the switch to a winter blend. The Bank of Canada will consider this inflation data before announcing its next interest rate decision a week from tomorrow on October 29th. Patricia.
So will all of this reduce the likelihood of another cut? That's what we have to wait and see.
We're hoping.
CTV Stephane Keys live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, you can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to link to us online or visit ctvnewsottawa.ca. We have more details on the latest inflation numbers. Well, turning now to a concerning new report about the Canada Revenue Agency's call centres. According to the Auditor General, not only are wait times climbing, but most Canadians who do manage to get through are provided with inaccurate information. CTV's Austin Lee joins us live to break down all of this. Austin.
Yeah, Patricia, anyone who has had to call the CRA knows that you can expect to wait on hold. And now, this new report from Canada's Auditor General, Karen Hogan, finds the information provided by call agents is lacking. For individuals asking personal tax questions, the report finds the responses from CRA agents were accurate just 17% of the time. Employees were better at addressing business tax or benefits questions, providing accurate info about 54% of the time. As for average wait times, callers should expect to spend on average 31 minutes on hold, which is nearly double the amount of time compared to the year prior. Now, the CRA's service standard is to answer calls within 15 minutes, something the report found happens just 18% of the time. To complete this report, the Auditor General's office placed more than 150 test calls to the CRA between February and May of this year.
And in a system where Canadians have to voluntarily fill out their tax returns, I think they should expect to reach CRA and get accurate information.
Now, meantime, the president of the union that represents call center employees says he's not surprised by the report's results.
We've been denouncing the cuts at the CRA. They let go over 3,000 employees over the last 2 years in the contact centers. The working conditions are terrible there. I call it literally a sweatshop. People are under tremendous stress. They're understaffed, so they got more pressure. There's a big pressure to reduce the call handling time, to transfer the calls quick, and that affect the quality of the service.
Last month, the Minister of Finance set a 100-day timeline for the CRA to address call center delays. Since then, the agency says there have been improvements, with call wait times decreasing. The CRA is also piloting a new AI chatbot, which operates much like ChatGPT. And it also has a virtual chatbot that doesn't use generative AI to answer some questions. The Auditor General's report actually found taxpayers are more likely to get accurate information from the bot. However, those responses, they often lack context. Patricia.
All right, interesting stuff. CTV's Austin Lee live for us tonight. Thank you. Still ahead, the Springer dinger and the fan who caught the ball, the friends who decided to skip the game, and what happened post-game. That story coming up. Well, here's a live look now through our Centennial Glass sky cam. It is 11 degrees out there on your Tuesday evening as we get our first check of the weather. Often we are talking to Jackie about sunshine, but tonight we're talking about a more dark and deadly atmosphere, Jackie.
Yeah, we're at the Dark and Deadly Cafe, Patricia. Drove out to Carlton Place, and we did get a mix of sun and cloud for today, but during the drive, and I understand parts of downtown Ottawa as well, saw a little bit of light drizzle moving through. So yeah, the precipitation starting to slowly move into our region, and we are anticipating more for our Wednesday. Now, taking a look, still a chance of very, very light showers to quickly move through the rest of this evening. We are anticipating more later into the overnight hours. So right now, 14 in Ottawa, about 14, 15 along the Seaway. As we look towards Pembroke and Petawawa, it's about 13 degrees, and you could already see a little bit of that rain activity just to the north of us. Some of us could see the showers beginning overnight here in Ottawa. It is going to be a warmer start to the day, 9 degrees, but temperatures won't get much higher than 12 degrees. Best chance for sunshine will be the mid-afternoon, but keep the umbrella close by because we are anticipating lots of showers in and out throughout our Wednesday. We'll have details of this and more from here at the Dark and Deadly Cafe in Carlton Place in just a bit. Patricia.
Well, a warning tonight from Ottawa Public Health about possible measles exposure after an Ottawa family contracted the virus. 5 residents, all related, have confirmed measles infections. They visited 2 churches in Ottawa and may have exposed others to the virus. Those who were at the St. Clement Parish at St. Anne Church on Sunday, October 12th, are asked to monitor for symptoms, as well as anyone who was at St. George's Parish between Monday, September 28th and October 2nd.
We're now up to 10 cases that we've seen in Ottawa this year, but we've seen very little, if any, spread within Ottawa, which is a good sign that our measles vaccination rates are high and they're protecting the community. So the risk is low, but people should always be cautious in ensuring that their vaccinations are up to date.
Dr. Arneson says he would not call this an outbreak. He also says those 2 doses of the measles vaccine are the best defense against the virus. We do have extended coverage of what you need to know about the new measles cases in the city. There are more stories online at ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, just one day after taxpayers learned the total cost of Lansdowne 2.0, the city is now sharing new details on how it plans to pay for some of the $419 million project. Some of the funds for the new event center and Northside stands could come from visitors to the city, with staff proposing an increase to the hotel tax. CTV's Leah LaRocque is here with more on this. Leah.
Well, Patricia, all accommodation providers in the city, including hotels and Airbnb, charge visitors this municipal accommodation tax, with the revenue transferred to Ottawa Tourism to promote and grow the tourism industry. But some say that this latest hike shouldn't go to the arena or the new stands at Lansdowne.
It's cheaper than taking the train.
Scarlett Farquhar is getting set to drive home after her stay at the Lord Elgin Hotel.
We were, I think, $249, but that was the group rate. We had one of our guys wanted to stay last night, and it was $864 with tax.
Visitors just like her could soon pay more to stay in hotels in Ottawa. To help fund the new arena and Northside stands for Lansdowne 2.0, thanks to a plan to increase the municipal accommodation tax.
Funds from the room tax go towards our marketing efforts and building better tourism infrastructure in our city. And Lansdowne Park is an important piece of tourism infrastructure in our city.
A city report recommends raising the tax by 1%, with $2 million going towards the Lansdowne 2.0 project. The city manager calling the increase a new source of funding.
Ottawa Tourism says they support a plan to revitalize Lansdowne Park because a new event centre could attract more visitors to our city, and that could have a strong economic impact.
Business leaders support using the tax to pay for Lansdowne.
We have a tool that has been given to the city, which there are not very many, to raise funds that come from outside the city and are reinvested in the city, then I do believe it's a good idea.
But critics of the project say the tax should not be used to foot the $419 million price tag.
Those municipal accommodation taxes go to Tourism Ottawa to enhance more tourist experiences and go back into the local economy that way. To siphon it off to pay for the debt of Lansdowne 2.0 is definitely a big change.
Visitors hoping their hotel bill doesn't run them out of town.
They're not too bad. I'm from Toronto, so it's reasonable compared to that.
You know, hotel costs are already quite high.
And if that's what they decide to do and that's what the people want, so be it.
Now, several municipalities in Canada have a similar tax. Toronto's municipal accommodation tax is 8.5%, while Vancouver is charging a major events tax of 2.5% on overnight stays to pay for the FIFA World Cup costs. Patricia.
Big events. All right. CTV's Leah LaRocque live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, transit services in Gatineau is back up and running tonight after a tentative deal was reached to end a strike by frontline supervisors at the STO. This morning, the transit service announced an agreement in principle was reached with the union. Approximately 50 supervisors and trainers with the STO hit the picket lines yesterday morning. The union said transit workers had been without a contract since 2023. The tentative agreement must now be ratified by union members. An elderly woman is in hospital with serious injuries after a rollover in the city's rural West End. The crash happened around 2:30 this afternoon in the westbound lanes of Highway 417 near Panmure Road. One woman was trapped inside the car. She was airlifted to hospital. Another woman was taken to hospital in stable condition. An Ottawa man is getting a chance to thank the people who saved his life. He went into cardiac arrest in the Byward Market over the summer, and bystanders quickly sprung into action. Here's CTV's Tyler Fleming.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Hugs.
It's not the words. It's good to see you.
For a second chance at life, Marek Windonsky is alive because of three bystanders' quick actions.
Just regular people, beautiful, who wants to help another people.
In late August, on an afternoon stroll in the Byward Market, Windonsky's life was about to change.
Just a little shopping, yeah? And I feel it up like something is happening in my foot. And I remember last thing, I was like blackout.
And saw that Marek had collapsed. Nicholas Furman ran over. Windonsky was in cardiac arrest.
You could instantly recognize that he was in distress.
Another bystander began chest compressions as Furman called 911. Brandon Pollock answered.
We have a great system, the medical priority dispatch system, and it actually guides us through the entire, from start to finish, of what to do and how to help.
While paramedics were dispatched, an automated external defibrillator from the market building was used by trained employee Enoch and Thruguache.
It was someone's life on the line, so I had to put my nervousness behind me and just, save the guy.
I feel first shot in my heart, so strong. And I just go up.
Paramedic Patrick Savard-Lemire arrived in minutes. Windonsky had regained consciousness. He was transported to hospital.
But when the chain of survival comes into play and there's bystander CPR and early defibrillation is usually when we see this type of outcome. They're rare, very, very rare, so it's great to see.
Across the city, there's about 1,500 registered AEDs. They're critical life-saving tools.
To anybody that can get any type of training, CPR training, it's very valuable.
And because members of the public use the training that they received, they knew exactly what to do.
And to know that he was due to see his daughter the next week, and now he can see her and they don't have to attend a funeral. It's amazing. Last week, Windonsky met the team of people who helped save his life, a moment he'll never forget.
That's why I'm here. Thank you for saving my life, saving my life for my kids. I have 3 kids. Yeah, and it's like they're happy that I'm still here.
Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
Only got it in like this, so I couldn't make this squeeze. It went into my glove first, but I couldn't squeeze it.
Still to come, talk about a great catch. In fact, the catch of a lifetime. We hear from the fan who went home with George Springer's game-winning home run ball. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. Yeah, we are still hanging out here at Dark and Deadly Cafe. And I understand you and your friends come here 4 days a week.
We try to make it 4 days a week. They're not open on Mondays, so we would have made it 5.
What is it about this place that you guys love so much?
It's community-oriented. They give to us, and we give back.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's take a look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam right now, where we're looking down Kaweki Point. The sun already setting on this beautiful Tuesday evening. It's 11 degrees.
Our popular Team of the Week segment is back. If you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, George Springer cemented himself in Blue Jays playoff history with his 7th inning home run last night. It sent the Rogers Centre into a frenzy, but it was an extra special moment for one fan who happened to be in the right place at just the right time and now has a memory to last a lifetime. CTV's Allison Hurst has more.
With that crack of the bat, George Springer's home run was launched into Blue Jays history, and a piece of it caught by Michael Angeletti, who scrambled to get his glove on.
I only got it in like this, so I couldn't make the squeeze. It went into my glove first, but I couldn't squeeze it, and other people trying to get it propelled it up, and then with the offhand, I scooped it.
And he says he held on.
I held it so I could have squeezed oil out of this ball.
Angeletti says he sort of blacked out, only coming to when someone behind him ruffled his hair.
When it brought me back to where I was and the enormity of the moment for Toronto and the city and the lead and just boom, in a moment.
A moment that was caught by friends and family across the country.
I was glued to the TV, and then somebody from Montreal he says, was that your son who caught the ball? I said, no, I don't know.
Renzo Angeletti called his son immediately to confirm he had in fact caught the Springer dinger.
I couldn't have imagined with 45,000 people there, and he didn't have tickets, and he bought one single ticket. And what were the odds?
After that incredible catch, Angeletti says he secured the ball in his glove with his hairband.
I've dropped a ball or two in my life, let me tell you, okay? No way I was dropping this one.
Angeletti waited after the game, hoping to see the player whose name is not only etched on the back of his jersey, but now in Jays history.
He never showed, and I didn't want to make a deal or pass it off to some staffer and leave, so I just decided to hold on to it.
As for what he's going to do with it?
No official plan. The plan is the ride. I was tired of just passively watching these Jay games on my couch. I wanted to feel something real. And boy, did I ever.
Something he'll never forget. Allison Hurst, CTV News.
He said he was brave enough to bring the glove because he was there alone. He didn't have to worry about looking like a baseball nerd. It worked out beautifully. Well, after a day of heavy rain out there in Ottawa, the sunshine returned to the capital today. Also working out beautifully. Nice blue skies in Winchester this afternoon, but the clouds have rolled back in. We do have more rain in the forecast going forward. Jackie Perez has all the details for us tonight, Jackie.
Yeah, Patricia, you definitely want to keep your umbrella close by for not just tomorrow, but until the end of the work week at least, because it won't be until the weekend that we are anticipating sunshine to return here in the Capitals. Taking a look at temperatures right now, it's about 11 degrees. We did see a daytime high about 15, and again, mainly cloudy, sunny and cloudy skies. However, there is a little chance that we saw some drizzle for parts of eastern Ontario. It is expected to move through, but you can see here that by Wednesday mid-morning, we are anticipating some quickly heavy rain moving through, and it's going to come pretty quickly. So anticipate the best chance of rain and the early start of our Wednesday. By Wednesday evening, we are anticipating that it's going to be mainly cloudy skies, and it may linger for parts of Pembroke as well as Kingston for the overnight into Thursday, but we are keeping a close eye on this. As we look towards tonight's lows around the region, sitting between 7-8 degrees, and this is really above seasonal for what we see for our overnight lows. Bancroft, though, at a cool 2 degrees. Most of the region is sitting around 6-8 degrees. Tomorrow's highs very much similar really throughout Eastern Ontario. Ottawa's 12 degrees. Brockville, Kingston also sitting at 12 with the chance of some showers really moving through. Maniwaki as well as Montreal, there is a chance that there is a risk for thunderstorms as well. So keep a close eye on this. Right now across the region, Fredericton 11 degrees, Charlottetown sitting at 15 with some partly cloudy skies. Parts of Northern Ontario already down to some single digits right now, 5 degrees in Timmins, 6 in Thunder Bay. And as we look to our friends in the prairies, we can see that temperatures are averaging between 8 and 13 degrees with mainly sunny skies. Regina still seeing a chance of some rain. The 70 forecast is brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aids, celebrating over 80 years in family business. So tomorrow for Wednesday, we are anticipating a cool 12 degrees for the daytime high. And this is what could be one of the warmest days, if we can say warmest, for the week. We are anticipating cooler single-digit temperatures by the time we get to Friday and into our Saturday. And we won't really see true sunshine until likely Tuesday, where there will not be a cloud in the sky.
We go together, better than birds of a feather, you and me.
Ottawa, get ready. The Jonas Brothers are coming to the Canadian Tire Centre on December 15th. And joining the party is special guest Jesse McCartney. And we want you there. Thanks to our friends at Ottawa's Move 100, we have your chance to experience one unforgettable night. You could win a pair of tickets in the first 5 rows to see the Jonas Brothers. All you got to do, head over to ctvottawa.ca now and enter for your chance to win. Good luck. All right, we are going to be coming back here at Carleton Place. We are at the Dark and Deadly Cafe. The party just getting started here. We will be hearing from the owners, what they describe is a creepy, cozy vibe here out in Carleton Place. Patricia, for now, we'll take it back to you in studio.
Creepy and cozy. Can't get enough of that. Love it, Jackie. Thank you. Well, coming up, the Snowsuit Fund launches its new season, helping thousands of Ottawa children stay warm throughout the winter months. Well, with temperatures starting to drop, some families are starting to get ready for that winter weather, but many cannot afford a winter coat for their kids. That's where the Snowsuit Fund comes in, helping thousands of children stay warm as the need for their services grows. Here's CTV's Dave Charbonneau.
For Salia Sonogo, a puffy snowsuit will help keep his 4-year-old daughter warm in Ottawa's cold, harsh winter.
So receiving a snowsuit today for free, it means a lot for me. She's warm, happy, and protected. So because of that, we also, a mother and I, we are very happy and emotionally warm.
The Snowsuit Fund has been providing winter clothing to Ottawa children since 1982. And for many families, it's financial relief.
We had a tough decision, either buy the food or buy the winter jacket. And no parent has to ever make that decision.
With the cost of snowsuits ranging from $100 to $300, demand increases annually.
This season, the need is very great. We've already distributed over 7,000 snowsuits. Last year, we had a record year with over 19,000 snowsuits distributed, and we expect it to be almost the same this year.
Behind the scenes, volunteers and staff work non-stop to make it happen.
There's a team that work at the other table, checking for, make sure there's no mismatches, and of course putting labels on them showing sizes, and then from there it goes onto the rack ready for the sales staff to take.
The Snowsuit Fund relies entirely on community support with no government funding.
It really shows what our city is all about, the community spirit of helping those who need it most and helping them not only get through winter, but enjoy winter.
For Salia Sonogo and his daughter, they are now ready for whatever winter throws at them.
It make a lot of difference. It make a difference, yeah.
Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Now, some other stories you need to know right now. We're getting a look tonight at how many Ottawa police officers are getting nabbed by photo radar and red light cameras. A report for the Police Services Board shows there were 144 photo radar camera tickets issued to police officers between July and September and 43 red light tickets. The officer is responsible for paying the fine, if warranted. The report does not say how many of the tickets were issued while officers were responding to calls. The new report shows how much you need to earn to afford a home in Ottawa. According to ratehub.ca, home buyers needed an average income of $134,500. down from just over $135,000 the month before. Both the average home price and the mortgage rate decreased last month. The report calculates the average income required to buy a home with a 10% down payment and 25-year amortization. Well, Health Canada is recalling a popular snack sold at Dollarama because it may contain mold. The affected product is the Biscuit brand waffles with chocolatey filling, with best before dates between April 21st and May 12th, 2026.
For Bathurst, the Pinto winds and shoots, scores! Shane Pinto remains red hot.
Well, the Ottawa Senators are back on home ice tonight, taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Both teams will be looking to get back in the win column after the Sens lost to the Islanders 5-4 on Saturday. The Oilers hoping to snap a 3-game losing streak. And by the way, this is your only chance to see Connor McDavid in Ottawa this year. Puck drop tonight is at 7 at the CTC. We want to go back to Jackie now for this fall weather. Is it more baseball-like or more hockey-like, I guess is the question.
I would say very Halloween-like, especially since now the sun is set. It is dark outside, but things are cozying up here at Dark and Deadly Cafe. I just want to talk about the inspiration, Michael, the name for Dark and Deadly before we get into these lovely treats that are offered here.
So basically it combines our two loves of horror and coffee. Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. And speaking of coffee, what do we have here? What are some ghoulish drinks that we have?
So here we have our Jeepers Creepers. It is a toasted marshmallow and chocolate chip cookie dough latte. We have our Shark Bite caffeinated lemonade right there. And we have some baked goods, donuts from Mavericks here in town, and some baked goods from Pyre Squared, also local.
I love all the local elements here, and you guys are living here at Carleton Place, opened this about 3 years ago. Kat, I just want to talk about how wonderful you guys have decorated this place. Like, just take a look at this wonderful cafe.
So most of this stuff came from our basement. It used to go on our lawn at Halloween, but we ran out of space, so we thought, why not open a cafe and utilize it?
Why not?
There's a lot of space around for people to come in and sit down, enjoy a coffee, play board games, and just hang out and catch up with friends.
Catch up with friends, watch a movie. I can't help but notice that Scream, the original Scream movie, has been playing this entire time we've been here. It's very distracting to watch, but I love all the animatronics as well. So just if you could talk about the hours that you guys are open and when you're inviting people to come, because this is not just a Halloween cafe, it's year-round.
All year round, yeah. So we're open Tuesday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday 8 to 5, and Sunday 8 to 4. Closed Monday because we need a day off.
That's valid, but thank you so much for bringing this wonderful place here to Carleton Place. Patricia, we're going to take it back to you in studio. I think I'm going to grab this. It's inspiration from the movie Saw, right? Oh, yeah. I love that. Okay, we're going to take a bite out of this.
Looking more creepy than cozy right at the moment, Jackie. That's great. Thank you.
He spoke to myself and my colleagues and says, I've heard a rumor, and that the Greenbelt is going to be opening.
Well, just ahead, a man dubbed Mr. X shares the story of his involvement in the Greenbelt scandal, claiming it's similar to another controversy currently surrounding the Ford government.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Well, 2 years ago, a pivotal figure in the province's Greenbelt scandal was known only as Mr. X, thanks to how he was described by the province's Integrity Commissioner. Now, Mr. X is coming forward saying he wants to tell the truth about what happened then, claiming it's relevant to today's controversy surrounding the Skills Development Fund. CTV's John Woodward reports.
This is the Mr. X Files, and I'm John Mutton.
Mr. X has been John Mutton's nickname for years now, and he's put it in the name of his podcast.
I don't expect to be vindicated, but to tell the truth about what really happened.
The truth, in podcast form, from someone who has been mayor of Clarington, psilocybin entrepreneur, jiu-jitsu champion, as well as Mr. X.
I get Mr. X everywhere I go.
And I've accepted it.
The nickname from an Integrity Commissioner report into how privileged developers got permission to remove lands from the protected greenbelt. Mutton admits he tried to get a portion on Nash Road out and played a lobbyist's game, offering sports tickets to political staff.
Yeah, you're damn right I did. I did it because that's the only way you had access to them.
Once on the inside, now Mutton says he wants to come clean on where he first got his greenbelt tip.
So I was at a fundraiser for David Piccini. I was one of his major fundraisers, and he represents half of our riding. So I was at a fundraiser at his riding president's farm, and he spoke to myself and my colleagues and says, I've heard a rumor, and that the Greenbelt is going to be opening.
Something a transcript shows he told the Integrity Commissioner then and is now being denied by the office of David Piccini, now Minister of Labour. Claims he said were undeserving of serious consideration. The assertions referenced are categorically untrue and patently false. The matter being discussed has been covered extensively in public reports, including by the Integrity Commissioner, none of which reference Minister Piccini.
They said they categorically deny it.
Well, I would like to really see him put on the stand and see if he'll say that under oath, because I've actually had witnesses that have come forward and said, yes, that's what he said. So I think maybe through the RCMP investigation, I'll get that wish come true.
Have you been interviewed by the RCMP?
No, they showed up at my door, just upstairs, and just said, hey, we're doing this, and said, did you want to come in and volunteer any information? I said, no, that's fine, thanks.
Why did you say no?
Legal advice was, you know, like, I don't want to go down any further road that's going to cost me money. That cost me $220,000 in legal fees that I can't recoup.
The RCMP investigation into the Greenbelt is still ongoing. Billions in potential land value was abandoned by the Premier after public pressure and a CTV News investigation that found some insiders got massages with a developer. These days, Piccini is facing his own questions about the Skills Development Fund and hundreds of millions that may have gone to friends of his party and of him personally.
This is about funding important programming that's changing people's lives, supporting first responders, supporting our construction sector.
Looking at the Skills Development Fund now, what patterns do you see?
You got the exact same issue with the same people.
After what happened, Mutton has been banned from lobbying for 2 years. He says he'll continue to speak his mind on the podcast. John Woodward, CTV News.
Every kid is different. Every parent knows their kid best. So if a child has an important test the next morning, an important event, then maybe, try to negotiate going to bed earlier.
Well, just ahead, people across the country were glued to their TVs last night watching the Jays late into Game 7. But how can parents manage bedtime with the games on so late? We'll share some tips after the break. Well, no doubt many of you were yawning this morning after an exciting night watching the Jays. But what about kids begging to stay up late when the World Series is underway? CTV's health reporter Pauline Chan has some tips to help parents in their negotiations.
Dr. Sally Kenaway was up last night with her 5-year-old nephew watching the Jays, but he didn't get to see the Game 7 winning homer by George Springer.
He really wanted to, but he got so tired, poor guy. So he went to bed in the 5th inning.
He got the winning score in the morning.
And so they updated him, and then they let him watch some highlights this morning before school.
Kenaway says she's a huge Jays fan, as well as Humber River's chief of pediatrics, and parents have some room for negotiations about bedtimes during the World Series.
Every kid is different. Every parent knows their kid best. So if a child has an important test the next morning, an important event, then maybe, try to negotiate going to bed earlier. And some kids, just the way they are, just their nature, they need routine.
For kids 5 and under, make a deal like her nephews to go to bed midway and catch up on highlights the following morning. But for older kids?
So it's a historic moment for Torontonians. Let the kids stay up, make an event out of it. They'll build memories. And you can actually use it as a learning experience.
For example, like how to handle the emotional roller coaster of winning or losing, and good sportsmanship.
George Springer got hit by a pitch. The other team was booing. A lot of kids are going to have questions about that. And I don't think that's something that should be encouraged, booing other teams when someone gets injured. So I think we need to be really conscious of our own behavior and what we're doing and know that our kids are going to model that.
If your child is tired the next day, a nap could help.
A limited nap after school, like a 30-minute nap. We're not talking 2-3 hours.
But she says fortunately 4 of the World Series games are scheduled on weekends, making things a little easier for fans and families. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Well, coming up, the Jays weren't the only ones with a big win last night. An Ottawa area woman is $3.5 million richer after winning the Blue Jays' 50-50 ALCS draw. We'll share those details after the break. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. A lot of people come from Montreal, I've heard, Brockville, even Orleans, like Danica here, to check out the Dark and Deadly Cafe in Carleton Place. First-time visitor here, what did you enjoy seeing here?
I love the scenery, and the name of the drinks are really cool, and these little mugs, they're really cute.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your time here at the cafe. And here's a look now. The countdown is on to Halloween, and many homes are already decked out. And we want to showcase some of the city's most creative decorations. All you have to do is submit your photos, and you can do that on our website's online gallery or send them to Ottawa Photos CTV or at ctv.ca. Again, Ottawa Photos at ctv.ca. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam showcasing Parliament Hill on this cozy Tuesday evening. It's 11 degrees.
Tomorrow in CTV Your Morning Ottawa, we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Bell Capital Cup, one of the largest minor hockey tournaments in the world. Wake up the right way with Your Morning Ottawa starting at 6 a.m.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
This is 33 years old. Since the 92-93 World Series, I've had it when my parents bought this for me and been wearing it for good luck.
Celebrations and so much excitement as the Toronto Blue Jays punch their ticket to the World Series for the first time in more than 3 decades.
I'm a cake artist, so I rely on butter. Now I go to the store and I'm paying almost $6 a block.
Inflation jumps to 2.4% in September, largely driven by increases in gas and grocery prices.
Hours and hours, and then dropped. And the next day, hours and hours, and then dropped.
The Auditor General comes out with a damning report against the Canada Revenue Agency, saying call agents are providing inaccurate information to taxpayers. Final look at the weather now at the Dark and Deadly Cafe. Jackie?
Thanks so much, Patricia. It may be dark here. The coffee and the treats, very deadly. But as we look towards tomorrow's conditions, it's not going to be that sunshine that we saw today. We are starting things off at 8 degrees, and we are likely going to have showers throughout the day, only getting to a daytime high about 12 degrees. Keep the umbrella close by for your Thursday and Friday as well, because we are anticipating a chance of showers until Saturday, where that's where we're going to start to see more clear skies, even some sunshine, but we won't get full sunshine until Tuesday. So you can already see that we're getting back to seasonal conditions where we average about 10, 11 degrees for this time of year. Now that's it from us here at the Dark and Deadly Cafe. We had a wonderful time. I'm loving all the stories that we've had today, all about the Jays. Go Jays go. We're going to send it back to you in studio.
Nice hat. Got to tap that bucket now for good luck. Thanks, Jackie. She's a big Jays fan.
Yeah,
a lot of excitement around here and everywhere for sure about the Jays. We want to check in with our team working ahead to 11:30. Austin is here.
Yeah, thanks, Patricia. We'll have a story out of Queen's Park. Canada's auto sector has been dealt another blow. General Motors is ending production of an electric delivery van in Ingersoll, Ontario, just 1 week after Stellantis unplugged its plan to build an electric Jeep Compass in Brampton. So CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris will have those details for us later on tonight. But of course, you can get the news anytime, anywhere at ctvnewsottawa.ca. And join me tonight for CTV News at 11:30.
We'll do that. Thank you. After the Sens game.
Yeah.
Finally for us tonight, she did not snag the game-winning George Springer ball, but she does have something worth millions. An Ottawa area woman celebrating a Jays win and a winning Jays 50-50 ticket. Yes, a Kinburn resident named Jane. Jane? Is it Jane?
It's got to be. Yeah, Jane. There it is. Jane from
There
Kinburn.
it is, yes. Has won the Jays 50-50 jackpot for the ALCS, taking home the $3.5 million prize. The Jays Care Foundation, sharing on social media she received the life-changing call this morning. Tickets for the World Series 50-50 raffle are now on sale. She was actually out playing pickleball and missed the first call, apparently.
Oh, really?
So she's just digesting. We're hoping maybe at some point we'll get a chance to speak with her. But
yeah,
that's a huge number.
A tough one to digest, and maybe now she can buy that George Springer ball. It might cost her half the jackpot, but...
Wondering how much that is worth. Do you end up just holding on to it because it's just an incredible memory?
Right.
You would sell.
I would sell, of course. I'm not a millionaire.
Yeah.
I'd like to be.
A life-changing catch.
Yeah, no kidding. So congratulations to both the individual who caught the ball and to Jane. Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Little jealous.
Would love to be either one of them right now.
No kidding.
I think they have a better shot at the 50-50 than catching the ball.
Probably.
Bouncing out of the glove, catching it with the other hand. Yeah. Good for both of them.